Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Forrest Night out in St. Louis. Hopefully you're having an absolutely wonderful, wonderful Thursday. I know I am running a little bit late. I was planning on going live about 15 minutes ago, but had to get some food with the wife. So here we go, here we go, here we go. Just gonna have some fun, get some stuff done. We're gonna talk about follow-up. It's been the follow-up has sort of been the theme of the day today for coaching. It started out in the beginning, and it's just ran its course in terms of following up, getting stuff done. So I think it's going to be an exciting day today to get to go through this follow-up, get it knocked out, and show you some of the basically some of the stuff. I'm going to show you the spreadsheet that I use, how to use it. We're going to talk about the follow-up process and the follow-up steps primarily. And the follow-up we're talking about now, anybody, of course, can do follow-up, but the follow-up I'm really going to focus on today is cold prospecting and then just follow-up for customers. So we're going to talk a little bit about both of those in terms of the follow-up process, doing that. So if you struggle with follow-up, definitely need to tune in because I think this is going to bring some value to you, maybe give you a line of process in terms of what to do next. And again, if you have a system that's working for you, keep doing it, right? Take a look at what we've got here. If you're just all over the place, you're not sure which direction to go, this is my system that I use that works for me. If you have one that works for you better, maybe this process of how I do this, you can plug into your system of how you follow up. So we'll jump into that. If you have any questions, feel free just to drop them in the comments below. They should jump up over here on the side for sure. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Forrest Knight. I'm a social media marketing strategist. I love helping people succeed online. I am a coach, and I had an absolutely awesome coaching day today. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, make an extreme impact, and be a legacy creator, and I hope you are too. So let's jump right into this. So walking through the follow-up process, right? The follow-up process has many different legs to it. So as we're prospecting, as we're doing our sales, as we're going through, there's after the sale follow-up, there's before the sale follow-up. There's a lot of follow-up that has to get done. I'm going to cover a little bit of all of those in the process. So first, we reach out to somebody, we ask them if they're open to taking a look at our product, service, or opportunity, and they say yes. The second they say yes, that's when the follow-up basically starts. That's when you're prepping your follow-up. So you're going to ask them, you're going to set a date when they can watch your information. You get them on a Zoom, on a live, on a whatever it is. You're going to get them in front of get them in front of your information. And of course, at that time, you're going to schedule a follow-up to get together with them after they watch the presentation, after they've seen the information, so you can get any of their questions asked. So that's the presentation funnel is going to start right there, as I like to call it. It's the where are you going to walk them through progression, because typically in most cases, most people that, especially if you're prospecting for business partners, aren't going to start right now. They're going to need to see a series of information. They might need to get immersed into your team culture. So let's talk about that for a minute. So reach out to somebody, and since Michael's on here, I'll say I reach out to Michael, ask him if he's open to take product, open to looking at earning some extra money online. He says yes, cool. I send him the presentation. I ask him when we can follow up. He follows up. He watches the presentation. I follow up. And I get him on the phone and I say, Michael, what'd you like most about what you saw? And he says, man, I really like the part about making some money. I say, great, absolutely cool. What kind of additional questions do you have? Now, depending on how he answers that question, right, because most of the time he's going to have questions. He's going to say, well, how's this going to work? What's that? I don't understand this. When they said this, what's that? Great. I'm glad you asked that question. Well, here's what I've got. We've got a training tonight. It lasts about 45 minutes. It actually is going to go through the entire company overview. It's going to explain all that. It's going to talk about the different levels of compensation. It's going to walk you through the products. It's going to walk you through everything about the company. It lasts about 45 minutes. It starts at 7 o'clock. Are you going to be able to attend that live presentation? And I'm going to ask him just straight out, are you going to be able to attend? Can you fit it into your calendar? And of course, he is going to say yes. If he says yes, no. See, I'll tell you what. They most likely, most of the time, they record the presentation. What I'll do, see, what my goal is to get him to that presentation. So most of the time they record the presentation. So if they happen to record this one, what I'll do is I'll get a recording. And when it's over, when can I send that to you? right? Again, I want to get a commitment from him. I'm pushing him through filters. I want to see how committed he is to taking the next step because he wants to get the answers. And he may say, well, can't you just answer the questions? I'd really love to, but I would rather have you get it from people that are more qualified and better than I am. And by the way, I've actually got another follow-up. I've got to jump on here in like 5 minutes, so I just don't have 45 minutes to spend with you right now. And by the way, one of the cool things about what we do, Michael, is we use this as a tool so that you can make your business really duplicatable. So you'd send people to the same presentation if they decide to get started, so you don't have to do all the work. And cool thing about it is you can be brand new and you don't have to know everything, right? Very cool, right? He's going to go, yeah, so cool. So if you can make it on tonight, the presentation is at 7 o'clock, and I expect you to be there. And of course, he agrees. He says, fine, that's great. He gets on the presentation. He watches the presentation. He goes all the way through the presentation. By then, I have his phone number. I get him on the phone, and I say, Michael, absolutely awesome. So where do you see yourself getting started tonight? And he's like, well, I don't know. I need a little bit more information. I say, great. I'll tell you what. We've got a team training call, and this is one of my favorite things that I like to do. My business and our team, we actually have a team call every Monday night. It's basically a mastermind. It's not an overview. It's not a business presentation. It's our upline leader in there doing mastermind training. And I would invite him to attend that. So I'll tell you what, I want you to make sure you get all your questions answered. I want to get you into the people that are smart, get you in front of it. And it doesn't matter how smart I am. I don't want to be the tool. I'm never going to be the tool. I don't care if I know the compensation plan, top to bottom, left, right, inside. I don't care if I wrote the compensation plan. I'm not going to be the tool. I don't have time to be the tool. My goal is to get people in front of information and run them through a funnel, run them through a pipeline. Great. The call is going to be Monday. Starts at 9 p.m. Central. I'm going to put you on the calendar to that. I'll send you out an invite before that. If you have any additional questions between now and then, let's touch base. Now, today's Thursday, right? Monday is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Monday's 4 days from now. So he's going to have time to stew about this, right? He's going to have time to think about this. If he's watching presentations, I may send him some links. I'm going to say, hey, here's some more information that you can look at between now and then when we get on that call, because I want my business partner to be fully invested in coming into the business. Now, said that to say this. If they come in as a 5%er, a 15%er, or an 80%er, I don't care. I just want them fully invested. It's not a, hey, I'm going to try this for 90 days and see what happens. I'm going to run them through these funnels so they either filter themselves into the business or they filter themselves out of the business. I want people in the business that are in the business. Now, whole nother story about, hey, Allison, and a whole nother story is going to come to the process of walking them through that. So they're going to get into the training. They're going to watch the overview. I'm going to get them into the team culture call. And what I've discovered is 100% of the people that I get onto our team call, into our team training, enroll on my team. So I know it's vested to get them there because they get in there and they come out on the other side like, wow. And that's not that our upline leader is so great. It's just the whole culture inside the entire training, which is cool. They see it from the inside. They get to see more people than just me. They're not just seeing a generic speaker on a Zoom, doing a Zoom, talking about the company and all the corporate stuff, right? They get an inside peek. They get to hear they take the whipped cream off of everything, and they get to see what it is on the inside of the deal. At that time, they get to whether or not they decide they want to be in the business, and you get them enrolled and you move on. So that's one part of the process of follow-up. The other part of and of course they get enrolled and they're going. So the other part of the follow-up, now this is where it gets tricky. This is the, hey, I've seen the information, I've agreed to a time, I'm not going to, and everything that I'm sharing with you guys, I learned this in RankMakers. So if you want to get really, really good at what I'm sharing with you right now, go to rankmakers.com, click on the deal. If they're not open for enrollment, get on the waiting list, so the next time they open up, you can jump in there, and they teach all this stuff. It's really, really cool. If you're struggling with your network marketing business, you don't have a clue on which way to go, you want to learn how to market, follow up, and prospect, definitely recommend you get into RankMakers. So coming back to say this, so I sent my message out to Charmaine. Charmaine says, yeah, sure, I'll take a look at it. I'll say, when would you like to look at it? She says, I can look at it tonight at 9 o'clock. I say, great. I'm going to go ahead and send you the link. And P.S. Now, this is posturing right here, right? Watch this. This is very important. Don't just send the link and just hang out. Send the link with an expectation, with a way for Charmaine to get out, right? Charmaine, great. I'm going to send you the information. It's about 18 minutes long, and I'll follow up afterwards. P.S. Do me a favor. if you, after watching, because she's going to watch it before 9 o'clock if I send it right now. She's going to watch it, right? I'm going to say, do me a favor. If you watch the information and you decide that it's not for you, do me a favor and send me a message and let me know so I can put somebody else in that follow-up spot. I want to give her an out. I want to give her permission not to ghost me, to say it's okay. Because some people, it's weird. Some people feel like if they tell you no, they're going to hurt your feelings. Some people feel if they tell you no, that you're going to sell them something, you're going to make them buy something, right? My goal is to filter you in or to filter you out. And either way, I want to give her an option to say it's absolutely okay if you tell me no. You're not going to hurt my feelings, but let me know if this information isn't for you. If it's not a fit, let me know, and I can schedule someone else in that follow-up. Let's say she says, well, I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to watch it. I'm going to be like, great. What I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and send you the information, and I'm going to follow up in 24 to 48 hours. Again, she said she's interested. She's open to taking a look at my information, right? She can't tie down a time because maybe she's a busy doctor, has a lot going on. I'll say, I'll tell you what, you're a busy professional like me. I get it. Absolutely not a big deal at all. The presentation is 17 minutes long. I'll go ahead and send it to you. And then I'm going to schedule a follow-up with you in 24 to 48 hours. In the meantime, if you watch the presentation and you decide it's not for you, do me a favor and let me know so I can take you off my follow-up list. Right? See how that works? I want to give her permission to say no. I'm looking for the yeses in the middle of the no's, right? Now, 24 to 48 hours, I'm going to follow up. If she doesn't reply back, she said she watched it or doesn't see now I'm going to hold her accountable to what she said she was going to do. So in 48 hours, I'm going to follow up and I'm going to say, Charmaine, it's been 48 hours. I promised I was going to follow up in 48 hours. What did you like most about the information you saw? What kind of questions do you have? I'm going to put that in her inbox. And I'm going to wait for her to reply back. Just going to hang out. So a couple of things are going to happen. Now, if she doesn't reply back, right, she said that she was going to watch the information. She said that she was going to watch the information. So my natural question to that is, what did you like most about what you saw? And what kind of additional questions do you have? And I'm just going to wait to see what she has. Now, if she doesn't respond to that question, I'm going to go into my 4-day follow-up. Now, 4-day follow-ups are typically anytime between 3 days and 6 days. It doesn't have to be exactly 4 days. This is a process, right? This is a process. So on that 4-day follow-up, it's going to look something like, hey, been crazy busy getting new customers enrolled or getting new teammates enrolled. We've been very busy with my business. Apologize. And she's not going to follow up with me. I've got to follow up with her and knock on her door again. Been crazy busy with my business. Apologies for not following up. How are you? And just wait. Now, she's most likely going to reply back. She's going to reply back a couple of ways. She's going to say, I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance. I'm great. I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to watch the presentation. She may just say, I'm great. How are you? If she says, I'm sorry, and let's say if she just replies back and says, I'm great. How are you? I'm going to say, I'm absolutely awesome. What'd you like most about the presentation I sent you? What kind of questions do you have? And I'm going to wait for her to reply. Now, if she says, I'm going to wait for her to reply. On the other side, if she says, oh, I didn't get a chance to watch the presentation, I'm going to be like, that's absolutely okay. Not a big deal. I've got a bunch of other people that I need to follow up with. I'm going to swing back by in about 10 days and check on you, give you plenty of time to check out the information. Cool? And I'm going to put her on my 10-day. Now, my 10-day is what I call my crap or get off the pot follow-up, and we'll come back to that, right? So I put her on the 10-day list because she didn't watch it like she said. She's being honest. She said, I didn't watch it. That's great. But I'm also going to put it back on her. I'll tell you what, I'm going to swing back by in about 10 days. That should give you time enough to give you a good chance to watch it. Do me a favor. If you watch it between now and then and it's not a fit for you, let me know so I can take you off my follow-up list. Say the same thing again. I want her to understand that's where I'm coming with this. If it's not for you, I'm not going to follow up with you anymore, right? So the other side of that, I say hello. She says, great, I'm doing great. I say, what'd you like most about what you saw? And let's say she ghosts me again, right? So now that's also going to be on my 10-day. So let's say I asked the question. I said, how are you? She says, I'm great. How are you doing? I say, I'm doing awesome. What'd you like most about what you saw in the presentation? I say, what kind of questions do you have? Crickets, no reply back. I'm also going to move that reply to, now if she says, answers the question with I like this, I like that, that's going to move in a whole nother direction. Well, I like the products. Great. Which products did you like most about what you saw? I liked this product. Absolutely. Are you in front of your computer right now, Charmaine? Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to send you a link, and I get her a link. By the way, are you near your phone? Great. Let's get on the phone real quick so we can chat. So I'm going to get her on the phone, and I'm going to order. We're going to order right now. We're ordering. We're going to go through the order form. I'm going to say, hey, Charmaine, open up this link. Go right here to this order form. Click on this tab. Fill in all the blanks. Go down to the bottom. Hit submit, and we're off and running. That's the order process. Now, if she balks on that and say, well, I don't know, my funds ain't right now, absolutely cool. You said that you were open to taking a look, ordering a package B. When are you going to have your funds straight? I'm going to repeat back exactly what she says. She says, I don't have my funds straight. I'm going to say, when do you think you're going to have your funds straight so we can go ahead and get you set up as a customer? Oh, probably be on Tuesday. What do you want to call? You want me to call you Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday evening better for you? Tuesday evening, like what, 5:15, 6:15, 7:15? Oh, 5:15 works great. Cool. I'm going to call you at 5:15 and we'll get you started on package B. All right. I got to bounce. I've got some other follow-up calls to do. I'll talk to you then. And of course, I'm going to put her on a follow-up for Tuesday at 5:15 to follow up and get her started on package B. Right. So that's that follow-up. So maybe she's ghosted me. She hasn't said anything at all, or maybe she wants to be a team member. Then I put her through the team member enrollment presentation funnel to get more information to get in the team like I talked about earlier. So the next part of this, yes, absolutely filtering, absolutely, and mirroring, absolutely. If you say back what they just said, they hear it. That's absolutely part of the cool follow-up process. That's just sales 101, right? So next process. So she ghosted me, right? I asked her, how are you doing? She says, I'm doing fine. And I say, great. Did you watch the present? What'd you like most about what you saw? What kind of questions you have? She ghosts me. So I now go to the 10-day. Now the 10-day is really cool. I really like the 10-day. And this is my 10-day I put in there, and it really gets people, I call it the crap or get off the pot filter right there. Hey, can you believe it's Charmaine? Can you believe it's, and this is sending it through Messenger, right? Unless I have her phone number, then I'm going to send it on a text. Hey, can you believe it's been 10 days since we last chatted? It looks like you're not, it looks like my business isn't a fit for you right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and discontinue follow-up for right now, and I'm going to swing back by in about 45 days and check on you, or 60 days, whichever number you want to use, 45 days or 60 days. And then I'm going to move that follow-up all the way out to 45 days, and I'm just going to let her sit and see if she's going to watch the presentation. The reason I do that is sometimes people will say, okay, to getting your information just to get you off the phone. It's called to get you off the phone. Yeah, sure, go ahead and set that appointment up. Boom, they get you off the phone, then they call back customer support and cancel the appointment, right? So this is the same thing. They just want to get you off the phone. However, if you give them an out clearly up front, hey, if this isn't for you, absolutely no big deal. So on my 10-day, I'm going to say, hey, it looks like this isn't for you right now. Not a big deal. I'll go ahead and discontinue follow-up. I'll swing back by in about 45 days and check on you. And I'm going to put her on a 45-day follow-up and check where she's going. So that's the follow-up funnel, is doing that. Now you can do a 30-day when you're going through. You can do the 4-day. You can do a 30-day. I like to do a 10-day and a 45-day. Totally up to you. The whole point is to have a system, a follow-up system that's going to work. Now, let's say they watch the presentation. Let's go back to the 4-day. So let's say they watch the presentation. Charmaine says, yes, I watched the presentation, and I have these questions. And you say, great. And what we do is we have another presentation going on. It's a longer presentation. It's going to be here or there, whatever. Maybe you send a recorded presentation as a follow-up to get them more information. Let's say that they ghost you on that process. Then you can go into like a 30-day deflection, a 60-day deflection, a 90-day deflection. However, you're going to send out more information. Say, hey, can you believe it's been 60 days since you said that you were open to taking a look at earning some extra money online? Since then, I've done X. Can you believe? Man, I got to give you an update. Update, Charmaine. Update. Can you believe I've enrolled 72 people since we last talked in this business, having an absolute blast. Our company's launched this brand new product. Not sure if it might be a fit for you. not a big deal. Do you happen to know anybody it might be a fit for? Hey, I know it looks like this company isn't a fit for you right now. Absolutely. And I always like to say right now, absolutely cool. Do you know anybody that's looking to make a little bit extra money on the side? That's an update deflection. Hey, I've enrolled 25 people since we last talked. Looks like what I'm doing isn't a fit for you right now. Absolutely okay, no big deal. Do you know anybody that would like to earn some extra money on the side? And you can throw a product in there as well. Hey, it looks like my products or services aren't a fit for you right now. Absolutely okay, no big deal. Do you know anybody that would like that would like the benefits of XYZ PDQ? If you do, I appreciate some referrals. Right? Either way that you do that, it's fine as long as you're constantly in their face, reminding them what you do, reminding them what you do, reminding them what you do. One thing that I would recommend probably about the 45 or 60-day period is to drop your business name in there somewhere, because they watched the presentation. If they watched the presentation, they've seen your business name. Maybe they went out on the Googles and did some homework. So you can probably drop your business name in there and say, hey, can you believe it's 45 days since you watched the presentation? My XYZ business is just going crazy. I'm enrolling a lot of people. If you know anybody that would be able to take a look at what I'm doing, I would appreciate a referral, because they've looked at what you're doing. They figured it out between now and then, right? And you just want to remind them that that's the business that you're in. So if somebody else comes along and approaches it with them, they're going to be like, who was talking to me about? Because they don't remember. Trust me, they don't. They're talking to everybody in the world. Until they see value in your business, they're not going to have any value in your business. You're going to get upset because you didn't follow up with them. And 4 months from now, they're in a business and they're prospecting you with the opportunity that you presented them, because they totally forgot that you prospected them. They just know somebody did and they can't remember who it was, right? What if you haven't enrolled anyone recently? What would you say? What if you haven't enrolled people? Okay. I have a lot of people who have fallen off my follow-up list in the past 60 days. What do you recommend I do to start the conversation? Nicole, go right back to day one. Welcome back. Had to do some quick adjustments here. Not sure what the heck was going on between the internet, the connection, my computer just went poof, brand new computer. Don't know what the heck happened there. Very, very weird deal. So I have to do some kind of hard restart on that. Figure that one out. Anyway, so I was talking about follow-up and talking about the 60-day follow-up. Hey, Glow, thanks for coming back. Going through the 60-day follow-up. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do a screen share here to be able to show you my Google Doc spreadsheet. So working through your follow-up in terms of follow-up process, you get to the 60-day follow-up. You're doing, of course, a deflection, a follow-up deflection, which is very, very important. And you're going to give an update. Basically, you're updating and keeping them in the loop of what's going on, feeding them more information. Maybe you got a sale. Maybe you got a new product that came on board. For those of you that don't know me, this is actually part 2 to the live that I just did right below here, just wrapping it up because my computer just went poof. Got a brand new HP to it. Literally, I don't think I've had it 60 days. And for some reason, something just went all sideways, so we'll figure it out. It was not you, it was all me. It's just like I went into freeze mode and then just bloop, just went all wackadoodle, and my camera shut off, and then now my computer won't come back on. So I will figure it out. Probably got too many gadgets plugged into it. Anyway, so for those of you that don't know me, my name is Forrest Knight. I'm out here in St. Louis with my awesome wife. I'm a social media marketing strategist on a mission to help people succeed online. I'm a coach. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, make an extreme impact, and be a legacy creator. I hope you are too. So talking about finishing up the follow-up process in terms of following up, what I may do is I may take the live that I just did before and merge it with this one and put it out on YouTube somewhere so it's all there. So we talked about the next day follow-up. We talked about the 4-day follow-up. We got into a 10-day crap or get off the pot follow-up. We talked about going into a 45-day follow-up. And from there, it just depends on how you want to get your information. The important thing is to constantly remind people that you're still in business, right? One of the things that you can do to remind people that you're in business, of course, is to do a Facebook Live every day. And there's so many network marketers that are like, oh, I don't know what to talk about. There's just tons and tons and tons of information to talk about. There's tons of things to talk about. You can go grab magazines off of a rack. But the point is, if you're going to have an effective follow-up, now this is where your Facebook Live plays a huge part in your follow-up. Watch this. This is maybe do a little bit of mindset shift here. If you're out cold prospecting and knocking on people's doors, right? You're doing that on a regular basis. They agree to watch your information, right? Like me, it took me a while to get into the company I'm in now because I was watching. I was doing my homework, I was looking at the CEO, I was doing all that stuff because I wanted to make a good business decision, right? I wanted to make sure that this was a company that was going to be solid, it's going to be around. I wanted to make sure that things were happening like that. So I was doing my homework. And one of the ways that I did my homework is I went in and watched the Facebook Lives from the people that were in leadership to sort of see what they're about. Now, if they're not doing Facebook Lives, if they're not putting themselves out on Facebook, I'm going to be a little bit skeptical, like, why are they sort of hiding behind the scenes? Why aren't they showing up on a regular basis? Why can't I find any of these so-called people that are running this organization that are sort of just hiding behind? Our CEO does Facebook Lives, right? Everybody in our organization is on some kind of video somewhere talking about something about the business and the opportunity. So it made it really easy for me to make a business decision while I'm looking at the business opportunity. Imagine if that wasn't out there. So I want to make it as easy as possible for somebody that I'm reaching out to say, hey, that guy knows what he's talking about. Even if he doesn't know what he's talking about, he's showing up every day for his business, right? He's turned the lights on. He's there every single day, doesn't miss a day. He's talking about just different stuff, a lot of marketing stuff I love talking about. Sometimes it's just fun stuff. Sometimes I just go on a rant. Every now and then I'll get my awesome wife on a live and we'll come on and we'll talk about stuff. But it gives people an opportunity to know, like, and trust me through that follow-up process. They're following up by watching me do the Facebook Lives. So I challenge you to incorporate your Facebook Lives in the thought process of this is part of the follow-up. This gives people the opportunity that I'm reaching out to and they're saying they're open to looking at my product, service, or opportunity. It gives them an opportunity to anonymously follow up from the shadows. In other words, they can lurk, they can see what's going on, they can check out what's happening with me and make a decision about whether or not they want to be in business with me. And if my ego is so big that I'm worried about how I'm going to look on Facebook, why would somebody want to be in business with me, right? Why would somebody want to be in business with somebody that doesn't want to show up? How are you going to lead someone else if your ego is so big that you can't show up and do a Facebook Live? Now, you may not be ready to be in a leadership position, but that's part of growing and showing up and growing and showing up. Eventually, now you may have not started a network marketing business to have a huge income, and that's absolutely okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But if your aspirations is to be a six-figure income earner, whether it's the 101,000 or the 999,000 six-figure income earner, if it's somewhere in that range, if your aspiration is to be there or maybe be a seven-figure income earner, whatever it is, if you're there, you've got to show up as a leader. You've got to set an example. You've got to lead from the front. You've always got to have your head down and fire hustle, right? If that's what you aspire to do as a leader, if you want to show up. Not everybody wants to aspire to be a leader where they're at. Some people just want to basically show up and be a 9-to-5er. They just want to show up. They want to do the bare minimums. They just want to basically be an employee. And that's absolutely okay. Some people just want to be in your network marketing business for the culture. They just like the team. They like the idea. They like the products. And that's absolutely okay. And that's part of loving them where they're at. But all of this, I said all of this to say that in the follow-up process is if you're not constantly setting the example, if you're not constantly knocking on somebody's door, if you're not constantly saying, hey, Melissa, I know we talked 60 days ago. It looks like what I'm doing is not a fit for you right now. Not a big deal. We just had a new convention. We just launched a new product. Do you want me to send you some information on it? If not, no big deal. Hey, Melissa, yeah, I can't believe it's been 90 days since you said you wanted to take a look at the opportunity. Curious if this might be a better time for you to take a look at it again. Let me know and I'll send you some updated information. If not, no big deal. I'll talk to you later. You keep doing that over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And you keep following up. I know, I think it was Ray that was talking about, he said he followed up with one person, it was for a ridiculously long amount of time, and the guy finally decided because he had other stuff going on. It's like I buy a lot of online courses, right? Because I like the content and they were really good value. So I'll put them on my shelf for later. They're like, I'm going to go watch that later. And I put them on my later shelf when I free up time. Then I'll go in and I'll start watching them, right? Because it's something I don't have time to do right now. So very, very important. So follow up, follow up, follow up.
When you get to the point where your follow-up bucket has about 50 people in it, right? You get 50 people in it, I would recommend in your daily method of operation that you follow up first. Make follow-up first your primary. Open up your follow-up calendar, go through your list, look at everybody that you need to follow up with, and follow up with them first. And then whatever time, if you run up against a hard block, do your new prospecting then. But follow-up is very, very important if you're planning on having a big business. Hopefully you got a ton of value from this. I'm going to merge this video. I'm going to merge this live. I'm going to merge this live together with the live right below this one. Do a little bit of editing and get them put up over on YouTube for anybody that wants to take a look at them. They'll be on my YouTube channel probably, I don't know, sometime over the next couple of days. Just depends on if I can get my computer up or not to get them edited. I love you. Jesus loves you. There's absolutely nothing I can do about it. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, make an extreme impact, and be a legacy creator. I hope you are too. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.